Welcome to Enchanted Tarot. This is for the sign of Aries for the month of January 2021. It is a general reading, and so therefore it will not resonate with each and every one of you who are watching. If this does not sound like your story, check your moon sign or your rising sign. Your messages could be there, and if not, then simply check back in the following week when I put out a new message for your sign. I feel like you are together, but you are alone. I feel like this is a relationship that's struggling. You're trying to save it. I feel it's like you feel it still holds potential, or that it could, but that it's like it feels out of reach. You see, she's trying to reach for that spilled cup. Maybe sometimes you just feel defeated in your attempts to be able to see new growth or make new growth here, to make this grow. What's at the root and behind the current moment is the Five of Swords, and this is a very heavy message. It's appearing twice. This is clearly a very fragile situation. Five of Swords. It could be here that somebody took a stand, or somebody standing up for something they believed in. It could be hurtful things were said in the past. It feels like with this card that whatever has happened here, or whatever you're planning to do, you most likely will get what you want somewhat, but there's going to be a cost, and it might be higher than you ever imagined. And what is it that you want is another chance, or a second chance. You want to see this grow. There's recognition of the fragility. It could be that you carry the weight, that you must do everything yourself. I feel like there's just no help coming from the other end. And it's like you turn a blind eye to that. It's like you don't see that. This can be an energy where one is insisting that they can do this, and not seeing or not admitting that it needs to be a group effort, and not something you can do alone, because you're two in this. Sometimes in the night, and when things are quiet, sometimes the fears creep out to grab you. And sometimes I feel like you lack confidence in the desire or the idea. Sometimes it's difficult to remain focused on the idea or the plan. You may have a lot of fears about how exactly you're going to do this on your own. There's a lot of time spent in reflection. There's heartbreak that you carry from things that have been said and done. As far as the new growth goes, because it is repeating message, it just feels really chaotic, like everything is against it. And it's like there's a recognition that this is just not going to be easy. Excuse me, losing my voice. That it's not going to be easy to achieve. It's that energy of sometimes feeling like you just lose confidence or you just can't do it anymore. It's like this card, and the message on this card, you can see the chaos just swirling through the air with regards to being able to have this, and it's like no matter how you got here, this card says that getting out may not be as easy as you think. This can also be not seeing something, keeping yourself blind to something. And I do feel that there is a strong possibility of that being true because of what I see in your reading. You see, Seven of Cups is a card of choices, fantasy, confusion, the imagination, illusions, wishful thinking. Wanting to make the right choice, maybe unable to focus, can be a repeating message. Fear of making the wrong choice. The images you see on the door suggest that that could be what's inside, but maybe it's not what's inside. Maybe it's all just an illusion. Maybe someone is deceiving me, or maybe I'm deceiving myself. You won't actually know until you open the door and take a look. You're looking up here at this page, so maybe you are behind the scenes trying to gather more information about what is really behind those doors. Maybe you're having difficulty focusing. These cups, here they're spilt, here they stand, all of them. And but it's not balanced, and this is going deep, looking at the emotions, the feelings, the balance in this relationship, the possibilities. This can be with the Knight of Wands, the ego. It could also be that in order to win the prize, or the person, the desire, you would have to appeal to the other person's ego. Kind of bend to their will, give over, so to speak. So, I mean, this could be heading back to the Five of Swords and why they are there, because the cost. It goes back to the cost. What is the cost of achieving the desire? And see, we have the wishes, and we have this Three of Swords, which has not appeared. So it's almost like this is where these wishes would lead you. I feel that to move this out of choppy water, although this is what you wish for, you could very well be deceiving yourself. But maybe not seeing it or not wanting to, because you're in the Eight of Swords energy where you're bound and your eyes are blindfolded. You have the silver box. So this represents the intuition, the imagination, which is, just kind of sitting coincidentally on top of the Seven of Cups, But I mean, it speaks to imagination and illusion. It is actually linked to the moon. Boxes are meant for storage and keeping things safe. Sometimes we lose focus, and I feel that maybe you've lost focus of late. There's just like so much going on in your life that your thoughts and emotions have been scattered and maybe, kind of flying around and maybe got misplaced rather than being held within the confines of a safe container, which is what this box is for. So to make this more simpler, your mind has been working overtime, and important thoughts and ideas that have been popping into your head, because you're overthinking or working overtime in the mind, they come in and they go out. But they actually what's coming in, you need to hold on to these flashes of intuition and regain your focus in order to find that happy medium between the chaos that is currently surrounding you, and which we saw in the Eight of Swords, and the peace of mind that is badly needed at this time. The thoughts, you've had some intuitive thoughts, messages that were sent to you from the divine that popped in, but they went right back out because the mind is scattered. But please pay attention to what's going in, because you're going to need this information later. So you need to file it safely away in this box. You will need it in the near future. And here we have the raven next to it, and this is telling me that this is coming from the divine, okay? You need to open up your mind, they say, to the world on the other side of the veil. You need to listen. You are being sent a message. You are being sent more than one. You are being sent messages. Trust the intuition. If you have a feeling, don't turn a blind eye to it. Follow it up. The Book of Shadows is at the bottom of the deck here. It's telling you that you're not paying enough attention to detail. You're not taking notes. You're not keeping these things in the box where they belong, where you're going to be able to use them later. There's a need here possibly to play your cards close to your chest in this situation with the Book of Shadows. If you pay more attention to the details, if you're able to focus your mind, you will uncover a secret. There is something here to see, but you either are not seeing it or you've chosen not to. One or the other. Let's see what's here. Yeah, you don't know what to do. It's like I said, it's like you're together, but you're alone. And you're trying to find a way back in to bring back the warmth and the harmony. You have a message that is coming, and you're about to learn something, but I feel it's coming from the divine. Pay attention is really important, and because this information is going to help you. Yeah. From the bottom of the deck, this is overall advice. It comes from a deck. It's called the Fool's Wisdom. So now this fool in this deck, excuse me, he's done the journey. So he's got like all kinds of wisdom. So he offers wisdom and warnings. And the one you got is actually a major arcana from the deck, and it is called the Trickster. Okay, now this one here can only be read in the upright because it is a major. And you see at the bottom it says, get real. The Trickster is that voice, okay, in your head. So it says, look out. The trickster is on the scene, turning your life, just turning it upside down and causing you to question everything. He challenges your decisions, scoffs at your priorities, breaks all your rules and messes with your mind, and even hides things right before your eyes. He shows up at your doorstep when it's time for you to undergo a major transition, whether you want to or not, you know. Consider him the clever rebel, the renegade, and the one in your head who urges you to break out, run off into the sunset, and liberate yourself from your self-imposed prison. Where did I see that? Here it is, right there. The self-imposed prison. The trickster speaks to the daredevil in you and teases you into re-examining what you're settling for. He wonders why you aren't tired of complaining about what you don't want in life. And he wonders when you'll find the courage to go after what you do want. He rolls his eyes at your excuses and has absolutely no patience or tolerance for your fears. He urges you to ask yourself, am I being real or not? He refuses to acknowledge any authority other than you, even when you argue otherwise. Should you try to argue with the trickster, he'll just laugh at you because what he's saying is true, and you know it. The trickster can be hard on the ego, but exhilarating to the spirit. He's here to save you from the soul-deadening, artificial aspects of the life that you're settling for, and reconnect you with the self you really are. He makes you question everything you say, do, and believe with brutal honesty. The trickster enters your life because you want him there. He's responding to the distress call that your own soul sent out. He stirs up excitement to make you face your fears and resolve them. So you should welcome him when he appears. As challenging and as annoying as he can be, keep in mind that he's here to liberate you and help you live more authentically. He is not your enemy. His only foes are darkness and fear. You are free now and always have been. He is just here to remind you of that. I hope this reading has helped. I wish you all the best. I thank you for watching, for liking, and for sharing my videos, and for subscribing. Also, thank you to everyone who has so generously donated to this channel. Many blessings.